Hey guys, this is my first video I'm doing since I've been home. I kind of went a little bit with my husband, so I'm at home now. So I originally planned on doing this in July, but we kind of changed some things around, so I'm doing it in I went with him in June so I could be here in July because I want to finish the book that I'm writing and also do some other things at home um, to exemplify and grow my brand. In the back, that's where I do some work in my kitchen and stuff. Um, to grow my brand. So I've started doing tarot card videos. And so I have gotten tons of questions over the last 2 or 3 weeks about tarot and do I have to have the gift and do I so I decided to do this video for people if you had any kind of question about doing a learning tarot and being a professional at it or whatever. One thing I will say, guys, is that three things I'm going to say first. The first thing is that you don't have to have like a certification from like a school or something like that or a particular place to be a tarot reader. All you have to want to do is learn, understand it, connect to it, and be able to share those things that are flowing through you to give that message to that person. The next thing is that you don't have to be a psychic to be a tarot reader. People kill me all the time. They was like, "Are you a psychic?" No, I'm not a psychic. I just have a gift. And I am going to share that gift with you guys. You don't have to be a witch or a practitioner or a spiritualist to be a tarot reader either. You could just be a person who believes in an alternative way of thinking, not necessarily a Christian, or you can be a Christian and read tarot cards because Christians do read tarot cards as well. I'm just trying to, dispel the myth of you have to be this way or you don't have to be this way. If you love it, do it. I always say that. Be a free thinker. Don't let anybody make decisions for you. Be able to be a free thinker for yourself, okay? So here are some rules to tarot reading that I wanted to share with you guys just to kind of push you along on out there. If this is something that you have a desire to do it. It's okay. The first thing that you have to do is be, thirsty. And what I mean by being thirsty is that I want you to have a thirst for knowledge. The problem is so much with anything that we do is that we really don't have a thirst for it. We want to know about it. We can watch a couple of videos, but we don't want to take the time to be thirsty for it, to be like you need to be thirsty where the tarot card, it quenches that constant desire to learn about tarot, and your understanding of the tarot is excellent and it itself needs to evolve. So you have to have a thirst and a wealth of knowledge. I think that's so essential because how can you learn something, right, and be a professional at the subject matter if you don't do the work to do it? So I think that that's like number one. The second thing I think that is important is your passion. You have to have a genuine passion. Let me tell you what makes the difference between a job and a career. A job is something that you don't love. You just get up every day and you just go. And a lot of people who watch me and follow me, that's what you guys have is jobs. You're not very happy. You're just doing it because you got to do it to make amends. And you're really not tapping into your creative flow. That's a self thing. That's book or full reading with me. And we'll talk about that. But that's a self thing. You have to pluck roots so that you can get to the passion, your creative niche. A career is something that you love. It's something that you are putting all of your energy into, and you are becoming this great and wonderful and awesome and fantabulous person, and you're doing the things that you love. And that is just like how it applies to the tarot. You have to have a genuine passion for helping people, for being able to give of yourself, to be able to connect to the universe, to trust yourself, where you're able to read into that divination to help the next person. Okay? Passion is not measured. It's not measurable. because passions can change all the time. But it's really important that whatever you guys do, always have a passion, because it encompasses an emotional connection and enthusiasm. And I think that if you are wanting to learn tarot, I think that is essential for you to have in your repertoire of why you want to do or be a tarot reader or whatever. The next thing is that you guys really should connect to the tarot deck that you choose. A lot of people ask me, well, how do I choose a tarot deck? I would say go somewhere where there's like a multitude of tarot decks and see what connects to you. Remember, it's all about connection, y'all. It's all about the human feeling, the human and spiritual and emotional feeling that connects you to everything. It's all about that. That's essential. It's connecting. I've said this many times before. You don't have to have a whole bunch of different, collections of tarot decks. To be honest with you, I only have one, the Rider deck. That's the only one I really use. You know what? I have another deck. I don't know the name of it, but it's for lesbian and gay people. I've only used it maybe once or twice. I probably need to do some gay or lesbian reading so I can use that particular deck, but I haven't used it yet. So normally I just use the Rider deck. That's the one that I use. I've heard that some people say that they have a deck for themselves and then a deck for other people, and you can totally do that. If you're looking to buy your first tarot deck, always connect to it first. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing that's like really, really important is that you have to have a desire to really want to connect to people and to help people. So many people wanting to do this because it's a quick buck, or it's something that they could use to manipulate people and stuff like that. That shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody reading tarot, and this ain't a dig at anybody, but sorry, it's one of my not spiritual friends. She said, hey sis, how can I find out if somebody plotting something against me or somebody trying to put something on me? Girl, you a Christian. Remember, you don't believe in stuff like that. But anyway, you gotta have the desire to help people. So I guess at this point, you have to see what is your motivation to becoming a tarot reader in the first place. Is your reason to be rich? Is it your reason because you want to choose something else to do? I mean, make why are you wanting to do this? You know what I'm saying? I love connecting to people. I love helping people. I love changing lives. Many of you guys who watch me, I have the readings for you or consultations for you. And let's be clear. You got off the phone, you felt lighter with me, you felt like you had a goal or something for you, a foundation, something for you to make a change. And that's what the reader is supposed to do. Because remember, when you do tarot readings and stuff like that, those are opening portals, it's opening doors. So that gives you the ability to change, to manifest, intentfully so. Someone is plotting against me. Child. Okay. So anyway. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. When a naysayer have to come back to you. She said, can you talk? So you don't see her name. Uh-oh. See? She's like, can you talk? Give me. All right. So anyway, the next thing I think that's essential to tarot reading and stuff like that, this has really tickled me, is authenticity. If you are like being your true self and you are connecting and you are doing like really, really good with connecting and keeping yourself balanced and keeping yourself emotionally stable and stuff like that. Of course, you'll have your own style of reading and you should embrace it, of course, but don't try to be somebody else. Like, don't jump on like a particular bandwagon or jump on whatever that's hype and trending and looks good or whatever because it's working for somebody else. Be you. Be your own person. Do it your way. The thing about people like me and other workers and other YouTubers and stuff like that is that everybody got their own style. Everybody got their own way. And you got to be able to take this piece, that piece, that piece, and then make it your own. Always do that. You know what I'm saying? I like to laugh. And I probably should be more serious and stuff than I am, but I'm gonna leave all the darker stuff to other people who have encompassed that dark energy. I'm gonna leave whatever. I'm just kind of like in between. You know what I'm saying? So I tentatively am this way when I do readings too. I don't try to be all mystical and, overly, so spiritual. I'm not that kind of person. And I like to stay balanced. And I think I dwell more on a lighter side than darker side than most. And I think that that's okay. Just being yourself. That's me. You have to be you. If people watching my site or watching my videos, and they don't like it or whatever, they'll book with another tarot reader, and that's totally okay. Or they'll book with another person, to do some work for, and that's okay. And people got to learn how to be all right with it, because not everybody cup of tea. My authentic self is, I'm not everybody cup of tea. I already know everybody not going to like me for whatever reason, and that's okay with me, because I don't live to please people. I live to please myself. I don't even live to please my husband. He just benefits because I'm a happy person naturally. And you guys have to learn that balance too, so you can give that out. The next thing that I want to say is practice, 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 practice. Reading tarot cards is just like any skill or anything else. If we think about what's in a body, it's like a muscle, right? And if you don't use it, then you will lose it. Like if you gain a whole bunch of weight or whatever, you will lose your muscle mass, and it turns into fat. So it's just like anything else. If you don't have anybody to read, maybe you should start offering free readings so that you can get your testimonials up. You know what I'm saying? And whatever favorite, social media avenue you have. One thing I say about social media is that it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes it is incredible and it's great and it will help get your name out there, but the double-edged sword is just as good as that you have people that's going to support you and love you. You also have people that will use social media to turn people down too. So, that's my situation on that. Ask to read your friends. Ask to read, be very honest with them and tell them, I just started. I haven't been doing this for a long time, and I just want to try it out and see. Some people are going to be down for it, some people not. Or offer like free readings at an event. Practice on yourself. Pull one card. Do combinations. Do new spreads. I wouldn't do the reversal yet if you're learning. You know what I'm saying? Just, make it fun. You know what I'm saying? And take your time and practice, practice, practice. Pull a card for yourself every day. If that's what you want to do. Just practice. It's a muscle. You want to make it strong. You know what I'm saying? Also, another good thing is to listen and to be open. We don't know everything, nor should we. Listening is a wonderful tool for a tarot reader. Listening to your client. Sometimes while listening to a client, my spirit guides me and have already started to show me the things that they need to see. And I will very, very, rarely I would ever interrupt a client if they are being vulnerable and sharing with me. But don't share too much, because you want the reading to be authentic as possible, and you don't want it to be general, and you want to be specific with them so they know that this reading is there for them. Because a lot of times people would just read what the cards mean. Well, don't just read what the cards mean. I also tell them how it applies to their life. You know what I'm saying? So openness is also like multi-layered. Being open to what other people believe, their experience, and what they view as valuable is very important when you're a tarot reader. I'm still learning how to kind of buffer a little bit, because in the past I was very harsh and very straight to the point and very matter of fact, and it comes off rude when my intention wasn't to be rude. My intention was to be brutally honest. And sometimes brutally honest, you have to kind of gauge that person. And so in the past, I could be rough as fuck. Hell, I could still be rough now. However, you have to look at your clients like, everybody is different and you got to be open. I have to be open and you do too. You know what I'm saying? Every reading is different. One thing I talked about ego before, I even had to tell my ego to calm down and be more compassionate. Because I'd be like, I done told you, the cards done told you, you better do this, guy, and you need to be. Well, sometimes people don't respond to that, but sometimes that's exactly what people need. So my thing is connection. It's all about connection, and it goes into my next thing, talking about communication. We are connectors, and we are most definitely great communicators. And you have to have a heart for what you do. And you got to be genuine. And you got to learn how to be open. And you got to learn how to tell people exactly what it is that you're seeing so that you can help them along. Even if they don't like it, it's still the fucking truth. Maybe practice speaking out loud for some of those who don't know or have a hard time communicating and stuff like that. As I said before, be you. You don't have to change who you are. But you can choose to communicate better, be compassionate, and be very open to the experience and the energy of the person that you're giving a good reading to. The next thing I'm going to say is be a good mentor. What you don't understand, and I think what I didn't really understand in the beginning when I first started doing tarot readings, is that people really have an expectation of you. And sometimes you can be that, whatever it is that they need, and sometimes you can't, but be the best person that you can be. I was a student for a very long time. Now I'm a reader and now I'm a teacher, but I don't never think that I've gotten to the point that there's nothing new for me to learn, because that's the whole point of being a good mentor. I never thought that people saw me as a mentor or a leader or something like that. I say that all the time. I never came into YouTube and doing this for money, for status, for whatever the case may be. I came into this because I love magic and I wanted to do magic and I wanted to talk about magic and I wanted to talk about it my way. That's why I came into this. And so being a good mentor is really important, because again, what you're telling people, you changing their lives, and you really have accountability to what you say. The next thing is being rebellious at heart. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Embrace who you are. If you are a tarot nerd, lover, collector, reader, student, chances are you have a rebellious heart. You are rebellious at heart because you are going against the grain. In the Bible, it speaks of not knowing the future or questioning or anything like that. So you really have to be multi-dimensional, multifaceted, and do things your way. And I think that that's like the most important thing. That's like the greatest thing that you could do as a tarot reader. Trust yourself. Intuition is important. Trusting yourself. Having respect for the cards and for the voices or the voice or the guides that speak through you. Take them serious. The cards don't lie. Always be honest, show integrity in your work and what you do, and study. True knowledge comes with studying, So this was my video on like important tarot readings and the rules to tarot readings and stuff like that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope that it gives you a little bit more insight, and I hope that I have encouraged you to keep this divination going if this is something that you want to do. It is a commitment, but everything in life that's worth something is. If you want me to do a reading with you, I do offer them as well. You can go to my website at www.magicalLadyDuchess.com. Go on to my consults and readings, and you can book you an appointment, and I will be more than happy to give you a great reading and share some things with you. And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it is great for you. I still do work. I still do love consultations. I still do love work. Hexing to humble. I still do all of that. I have not stopped. So thank you for this time that we've shared and we spent together. So catch me at www.magicalLadyDuchess.com. You can also send me messages and reviews and read my reviews and share. Good day to you. Bye.